Okay, so the first thing I wanted to explain is how this new model, the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail, was created. The concept then almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, when we started this model, the whole concept was coming from our very successful previous model, the X5. That's where it all started. After building, I think we did 16 of the X5s, we were looking for how can we make this boat more performance orientated, how we can make the boat faster. And it took us a year of engineering to reduce the weight of the boat and beef up the sail plan to go from the X5 to become the X5 Plus. Now that year of engineering, we dissected the boat to pieces and measured the weight of every equipment on board and all the systems. And we got to the point that roughly half the weight of the boat is the equipment on board, it's not the boat itself. So we got to the point like okay, we can build the boat as light as possibly we can do, but the equipment weight we can't really reduce. You need a fridge, you need air conditioners, you need a dishwasher, washing machine, batteries, solar panels, engines, all this kind of stuff. So we got to the point that how can we make this still even better and faster, the boat? So we hit to the limit that the X5 Plus is now sails really, really well, but we can't make it any more lighter. So we got to the point that what if we got the same amount of equipment and instead of a 50-foot platform, we put in a 60-foot platform. So now we have the luxury that we can relatively build narrower hulls, more performance-oriented hulls, and the relative number of the weight of the equipment will be much less comparing to the whole boat proportionally. So now the design brief to our naval architect Bill Dixon, Dixon Yacht Design in the UK, was we want a performance boat to the level that it's not like a thoroughbred performance boat, but it's as close as we can get with all the luxury on board. So we wanted hulls that can carry that weight, that has enough space, and you're not like in an extremely narrow hulls, but it's definitely a very sleek and very fast boat. So now we have the luxury of a 60-foot platform, but we still have the same amount of cabins. One hull is entirely a master, and the other two hulls another hull is the two guest cabins en suite. You still need one dishwasher, one washing machine. Obviously, we have more batteries and some more stuff, but proportionally, it's just way much less. So now we have the luxury of a much faster boat. Then the other thing was that every year we host the annual Xquisite Owners Party, and we talk to our customers, we listen to our customers. So what would you change on your boat? What would you add? What would you improve on your boat after several years of living on board? And we make a list of these. So anything that we can improve on the X5 became the X5 Plus, and now it's becoming the 54E Plus. But there are some things that just for the size of the vessel or already because of the tooling, we cannot modify, we cannot add. So that list grew to the level that we said, you know what? Now let's do the 60 and put all the wish lists that over the years we accumulated, put it into one boat. So that's why this boat, at least in my humble opinion, has everything in it. Like, you can't really do bigger than this. So limitation factors designing this boat was, what's the biggest boat? Because our clientele didn't change. Our clientele is still the couples. Most of them only because couples or couples with families, with kids, or some friends, but it's mostly a couple's boat. So how can we build a boat, the biggest boat that a couple can sail? One person single-handedly can sail, which is very important. Couples sail, one is on watch on long passages, the other is sleeping. So we had to figure out a way that any sail changes, reefing, anything you can do one single person without leaving the protected Helm station. Any weather condition, you can be enclosed and you don't leave it. So it's very safe. When you're enclosed, there's no way that you can fall overboard because you don't have to leave that space. And we have all the sail plan for the best performance, any wind angle and any wind speed. So you have a mainsail, self-tacking jib, Genoa, coat sail, Janoker, everything's electric controlled, everything's on electric furlers, electric pad eyes, or a hydraulic furler in the main, or a electric traveler even. So no reason for you to leave the helm. You can do everything from there. and the other person can sleep meanwhile. So it is seriously designed to be a couple's boat. Now there is a limitation. How big can you go that one person can handle? The sail handling is one thing. Second is going to be just maintaining the boat. So I think we hit with the 60 that you can't go any bigger. This is already a lot of boat to clean, a lot of boat to maintain, but I think we nailed it. So welcome guys to the new Xquisite 60 solar sail, our brand new model. Built in South Africa at Phoenix Marine Yard, our partner from the very beginning, building all our sail cats. The 60 solar sail, you see just from here, she's a big boat as you can see, but with all the comfort and luxury and amazing sailing performance. A hydraulic platform for your dinghy and also for your all your water toys. So the whole concept with this boat is that we planned everything ahead. So I hate when there are boats out there, multi-million-dollar boats, and they look like Christmas trees with the paddle boards and kayaks hanging and the dive gear and the tanks here and there. So we designed a space for everything. So come on board with me and I'll show you. For example, this aft section, the seats can go both ways. So you can sit this way, even when you're sailing or at the anchorage, very comfortable. But at the same time, this is your water toy garage. So now, I apologize, a little bit messed up, but normally this is for your paddle board. So you can put 3 full-size stand-up paddle boards in here, or multiple other things if you use inflatable ones. So we also fit in here a compressor, a built-in compressor that you can fill up. You can fill your inflatable toys as well as your fenders and all that's housed in here. Okay, moving this way, you probably seen the solar panels that we had this feature here that it lets the light through, but it still protects all this area. So you're always out of the sun, protected. The deck doesn't get hot under your feet. And hydraulic platform, what you can do is imagine that you get your equipment out there. You have paddle board, for example, you want to go boarding, you take it out from your water toy garage, put it here, you lower yourself, off you go. When you come back, you just go onto the platform, lift it up, and you put it away. The scuba compressor is built in here. This is this vent, so you can use it. So this is where the scuba tanks are. So we designed this space that 6 of the LU80 standard scuba tanks fit in here. There will be the pigtail from the compressor come out right here, so you can fill the tanks in their storage locker. And when you go diving, you just lift out the tanks to here, you gear up right here, lower yourself, off you go. And when you come back diving, the same thing. So you don't have to carry the tanks or the scuba gear and the equipment all around the boat, everything's here. Now, once you come out of the dive, put your tanks there, then you want to have a nice overhead rain shower. So this is built in right here. And the port side has the same storage. The idea there that's what you would use all your fins and mask and snorkel gear and all that, which is ready to go right there. And because these also have drains in them, and there's a handheld shower there, so you can just load all your gear there, wash it off right there, and just leave it to dry, and it will drain out from the storage locker. So the whole concept that everything has its dedicated space. Coming into the cockpit, now we could switch these over. So now you would be sitting this way. And as you see, the cockpit is very spacious. Lots of different areas for lounging and seating and laying down, whatever you want to be comfortable with. You can also, could be electric. The table, we can make it as a large bed, but although we have already so much space that not necessarily you need that. But it worked very well. A lot of features from the X5 and X5 Plus over the 10 plus years that we're building those boats is, for example, the cockpit enclosure. So the enclosure is recessed, hiding neatly away in this recess, and then you can enclose the whole area, goes all the way, obviously closes out here, goes down here, closes all the way around here, and on the other side. So this cockpit, when you enclose it, it's 2 layers. One is a mosquito screen that keeps the bugs out, gives you privacy if you're in a marina or a crowded anchorage, blocks the wind. And there's a second layer of like horizontal rain. You can enclose it perfectly as well. We had to, we can do like 30 knots of wind. On the X5 we did it, 30 knots of wind, winter, and we enclosed the cockpit completely, running the heating from the air conditioners. We could have playing cards out here and having dinner in like 30 knots of wind, so it really works well. Tons of storage space, obviously. Under the floor as well, this is all storage. Under the seating is all storage. I'm not gonna now open everything, but just kind of showing it to you. There is also a drink fridge here. On an X boat, we're even making it a little bit larger, we managed to fit. So people don't have to run through your main fridge there for the drinks. You see overhead lighting, recessed LED lighting all around the boat. Tons of music. So you have here 4 speakers in the ceiling, a subwoofer right here. There's another 4 speakers in the ceiling in the salon, another 4 speakers in the master cabin, another 2 speakers on the foredeck, and another 2 speakers up on the fly lounge. I'll walk you through that later. One more feature here is the outdoor little kitchen here. So this is 2 electric grills, a sink, there's storage for your grill tools and all that. And then underneath the whole thing is the scuba compressor. So this whole thing also folds up for the dive compressor. The other interesting feature is that all our boats are 48 volt DC. So every equipment that's available on 48 volt direct current, that's what we fit. For example, the grills will be 48 volt DC also on this boat. Okay, let's go to the Nav Station now. So, as you can see, here's the helm, designed that a couple easily fits here, even maybe 3 people. Completely protected if you want it to. So it's nice and open right now with the real glass windshield. All the glass we use on the boat is all real glass. We don't use acrylic at all. And then there is an enclosure that hides away into this recess all around, same as what you've seen already in the cockpit. And there is the sliding door here, so you can completely enclose this helm and be out of the weather totally. Doesn't matter what conditions. And you can sail this boat alone. How we achieve this? Anywhere where you need physical power is electric. So you see the size 80 electric winches on foot switches. You have your hands free to work the lines. There is a storage for all the lines in a storage locker down here. That's for the sheets mainly and halyards. Now, then all the head sails, for example, self-tacking jib, Genoa, coat sail, Janaker, they all on electric furlers that you control from here. Now, very important, these big electric and hydraulic motors, what you need here is you really need to see what you're doing. And because it's designed for single-handed sailing, we put cameras on every critical area. So when you push a button and these very strong motors start working, you need to know what's happening when you're furling, for example. So if you see right now, this is the camera setting from the top of the mast facing down. So it also helps you docking because it gives you a bird's eye view when you're docking your boat. That's great as well when you're maneuvering tight spaces. But the main reason is when you're furling your Janaker or you're furling your coat sail, it's on a top-down furler. So on a top-down furler, you won't see from here, even if you're looking up, you won't really see what's happening. So when you start furling it, pushing the button, you see that it's furling, but because it's a very full sail, it starts furling on the top. So on the camera, you see from above exactly how you're furling your sail. Also, it helps you trimming the sail because you see from above. At night, when you wouldn't see your sail how it is, and how at night you need to furl it, you see it at night on the camera. So that's very, very important. Same thing we do, for example, the mainsail. Let me switch. This is like a different, for example, we have a camera just looking onto your mainsail, the furling mainsail. So the mainsail is in a carbon fiber boom, which is a very interesting story I will tell you in a minute. It's so big that we couldn't even fit electric, it had to be hydraulic. So we use this Balmar hydraulic furler. And when you start furling your sail, you see on the camera exactly how is your furl, how accurate is your angle with the boom and the mast angle. Because if your angle is not right, you know, the furl starts to either travel forward or aft. But by seeing it here, you can always adjust. And again, single person can do it. There's a third camera for reversing. Again, not that important to have. This owner opted to have it for because you see both sterns. So when you're docking, you just look down right here and you have all four corners visible from here. So it's a Helm station that gives you perfect visibility, perfect protection, but at the same time, you're not cut off from the rest of the boat. If you're sailing with your family, the family could be even in the galley, in the salon, in the cockpit, you have direct communication with them. Or when they come up to our fly lounge, as we call it, which has quite a few features that I think is pretty cool and very unique. So we never wanted a fly bridge because our boats are designed for private owners and couples, and so you always want to be connected. You're connected with the captain and wife, let's say, or kids. The whole family can hang out together when you're under sail. So we wanted a fly lounge, but not really a fly deck, not really a fly bridge. And what features that we put in here? First, there's a drink fridge, of course, another ice bucket here, music, and now comes the elephant in the room for us is the boom. So why is this boom so special? Most manufacturers, they just buy a boom, right? And they just fit it, a third-party boom. But nobody had this boom, it didn't exist. The whole concept was, we want a shade up here. But we didn't want a hard top or a soft top or whatever. We wanted a sleek boat that's light. So we designed this boom in-house. We built it, it's fully carbon fiber. And you see it has flaps that you open up and the shade is built in. So you can just put this shade, it folds in there and closes. And it's completely integrated. LED lights, so you have lights here at night and then the shade. And the cool thing is that when, depending what angle you have the sun during the day, the traveler is electric. So you just push a button and then the boom is going to travel port or starboard, so you can take your shade from one side to the other. And then the other part of the boom, which you see here, is this massive bomber hydraulic vang and the hydraulic furler. Obviously has all manual backup in case of the hydraulic failure. Other cool features that you see here, which is Xquisite known for, is all the solar panels. It's called a 60 solar sail for a reason. And now you see all these panels are built into the design from scratch. So it's real glass panels with proper ventilation underneath. It also protects the lines to be out of the sun at the same time, but you can get to them if needed. These are also, these panels are tempered glass panels. So you can walk on the glass panels, because it's tempered glass. Quite a unique feature as well. Coming back is our big solar arch. We call it the Targa arch. So altogether right now, this boat is only 5 kilowatt solar with all the glass panels, but from hull number 2 and onwards, we're adding a second set of flexible panels as well. So for example, this hardtop will have solar panels. There will be another layer of flexible panels. Flexible panels is not as efficient as real glass panels, but still we'll add something on top of this. So we will get up to 7 kilowatt solar panel on this boat, which gives you all your hotel loads, whatever you need. You can be in an anchorage for days on end without having to charge batteries. Okay, so let's go to the foredeck now. What you will notice here, all the handholds all around, the solid railings, massive solid railings. That's a typical Xquisite features. The side boarding ladder, so this folds down 2 folds because as you see, the freeboard is really high on this boat, as also the bridge deck clearance is very high. This is a real ocean going boat, so that's why this massive ladder, if you dock like this, you can get off the boat. Real glass windows, as you see, we don't use acrylic anywhere. This is, you see the caulking, there's no caulking around it. The caulking is only from behind with a ceramic border on the glass protected from the UV. So it's not like an installation, which I had on many of my boats, that after a few years, you have to take the acrylic windows out and put back in. Flush hatches, walking front. Okay, so the foredeck here, as you see, because this is a semi-performance boat, let's say there's a large trampolines to keep the boat as light as possible, but at the same time, totally clean deck. So when you ocean cruising, blue water cruising, you want the decks as clean as possible. I had boats that we buried half the boat underwater in huge seas. This is now water has a way to get up really quickly. But at the same time, when you arrive to an anchorage, you want to enjoy this forward area, the foredeck area. So that's why it takes 5 minutes, these carbon fiber poles, put up this shade. You have these sun loungers or lounge pads here with adjustable backrest. And also we fit in here, you have lights and speakers, music. So you have this forward lounging space. The other cool feature is that you will see when we do the interior more, this hatch behind me on the 4 hinges, this is electrically operated. You push a button, the hatch opens up completely. So it gives you, first of all, communication to the foredeck. So you hang out here, you communicate with the people in the salon, you can hand out food or drinks, but at the same time, with this shade up here, it funnels the wind through your salon, through the entire boat. And also when it's raining and it's not too heavy rain, you can leave in the tropics. Most of our boats sailing in the tropics, in the Caribbean, and you have downpours very often, almost daily. And you can leave this hatch open and have the wind going through your boat and still not water once this is up. So it works pretty well. Tons of storage space. Again, I'm not going to open now everything, but obviously the anchor well, tons of storage. And then you see that what we use is mostly super yacht equipment, like the Balmar hydraulic furlers on the main, Reckman hydraulic furlers for a self-tacking jib, the Genoa. And then the third one is also a Reckman. It's an electric pad-eye, really. It's a built-in electric furler. I'm not sure what the best denomination of it is, but it's very simple. You see, we have 2 more sails here, which we supply. One is a Code 65, and then it's an easy furl, it's a Janaker. So you decide of the day, is it light winds, or how strong are the winds, how deep angles you're gonna be sailing, deciding which sail you're gonna hoist. And then you just connect the tack, connect the halyard is just right there, and obviously the 2 shades, and hoist it up, and then it's on a furler. So you can just go days on end and sailing and just control the furler, everything from the helm, with a camera from the top, looking down, seeing exactly how is your sail. So we have 2 bow thrusters, and then these tons of storage space here for these sails that now on the trampolines normally would be in here. And this normally would be just already furled up, so you just connect the halyard here, pull it out right from here, very easy. Everything's designed that one single person can do it all. Same for anchoring. So you drop the anchor from the helm, there is a chain counter, you reverse on it, you know when you're hooked, and then you just come up here to the front just to attach the bridle. On this particular boat, we actually fitted a camera right where the anchor chain is leaving the boat. So you see that on the screen, so you're alone and you don't need another person here telling you which way the chain is. You just see it on the camera and you drive up your boat and operating the chain counter from the helm. Princess seats, people love it, you know, we made it as a bigger feature, so you have like 2 people can fit here easily and you can face this way, that way, have a conversation and enjoy the boat. Going this way on the port side, I can point you out super yacht equipment, nice stuff. Look at these cleats, you know, it's like very nice folding cleats. This is more like, because anyway it's out of the way, so you wouldn't kick it anyways, but it's just a nice additional touch. And here we also have it in the black. And this side, one interesting thing I need to explain to you, how this Targa arch design started originally. Because people look at our older models, the X5, the X5 Plus, and I don't think everybody understands what was the main concept, why we have this Targa arch. So the original reason for the Targa arch is that you're single-handedly sailing this boat from one helm position, and all the lines are at that helm position. Now, when you're sailing a downwind sail, like a Janaker, for example, how do you run 2 sheets, both port and starboard sheet, to one helm position without crossing somewhere the boat and the walkway? So that's the whole reason you see this is the sheet for your downwind sail. So if it would be now up on that furler, this would be the port sheet and there's the starboard sheet. So they go in here, and through a set of pulleys and routing, it goes all the way and ends up at the helm. So you will see there are both sheets ending up at the same helm position with the electric winches. That was the original concept of this arch. Now later on, we realized, okay, let's use it for other features. And then it came the solar panels, the speakers in it, obviously the lights, enclosure around, overhead rain shower, Starlink. We have here a yacht ruler system also, that's Wi-Fi, cellular, amplifiers. So they loaded up with tons of features, this whole Targa arch, and became the DNA of Xquisite. Okay, now let's go to the Salon. Again, a little bit of a design feature. The whole concept with this Targa arch and the cockpit is extremely protected because the arch goes so far aft and it goes the entire beam of the boat. The cockpit is very well protected, and for that what we wanted with the Salon and the cockpit, the indoor and the outdoors, to make it almost like one space. That's why we did as big opening as we physically could. And with this electric hatch that I already mentioned, this electric hatch, you just push a button, the hatch opens up front, and you have two more overhead opening hatches. Obviously, everything has shades as well, privacy as well as, I mean, doesn't need really privacy, but like this lets through some light, the other one is complete blackout. But when you open all these, you have the breeze going through the entire boat. Now, on the 48 volt DC system, air conditioners are also 48 volt DC. So you could run the air cons just off solar, directly off the batteries, 24/7. Very rarely you would need to recharge as long as you have sun. But still, many occasions, and a nice anchorage facing into the wind, you would have so much breeze going through here that many times you wouldn't even need to run your air conditioners. The Salon layout is a little bit similar to what we had on the X5 in the previous years, just everything's much bigger. So as you see the Galley, let's start here. The Galley has, again, lots of storage spaces, an oven that does microwave as well, a convection oven, induction cooktop with an extraction hood, so you can cook even when you're closed up and air conditioned. We managed to fit a full-size dishwasher. So this is not the narrow one that we had on the previous, but it's a full-size dishwasher, and sink and garbage is in here. And then let me show you, there's also for spices, you know, when you're cooking, you can lift these up as well. All the windows, whole windows have screens, what do you call, shades, blinds that you can pull down all around. And if you come to this side, this is where you have a proper home style fridge. Now, why is that important? Because marine fridges is when you live on board for a long time, it's usually people realize it's a little bit of a headache mostly. So we have a proper home style fridge. Why boat manufacturers, sailboat manufacturers mostly don't use these? Because they use a lot of power, much more power hungry than a boat type or RV type fridge. But on this boat, we have so many batteries, so much solar, we can have this luxury. Obviously, ice maker and water dispenser. Next to it, we call this is the appliance garage. So this is where you would keep your toaster, coffee maker, and all that. Normally in your anchorage, you put it out here and use it. You go sailing or you got guests coming, you just shove it in there, close it in, that's it, disappears. More storage all around here, and a 50-inch TV here that comes up and turns. You can watch it even from the galley when you're cooking. So for movie nights, this area is kind of a transformer. So it's in electric pedestals. You can push a button, can go up and down. It can become a low coffee table. It can become a dining table, but it also can become a large bed. We supply these mattresses that goes on top, becomes a giant bed, which again, for movie nights or when you have an overflow guest that you need more sleeping space, tons of space here, okay? Now, Nav Station. Nav Station is a big forward-looking Nav Station, and It's more than a nav station. This is more like an office. So a lot of our customers live on their boats full time. A lot of our customers, they are younger, they are still working when they're living on board. So we wanted a proper office space. There is space for your printer that's hiding away there, drawers, lots of storage again, and perfect visibility. You can sail this boat from inside here if it's really, really bad weather, and let's say worst storm, you would only fly your self-tacking jib. The self-tacking jib is your storm sail. So once you have the self-tacking jib out, imagine that it's raining like hell and it's 50 knots of wind out there. You just close yourself in here, you sit comfortable, you have perfect visibility. On the cameras, you see your sails from the top, how your sails are trimmed or what's going on. And if you need to tack, you just push right here or in your iPad or right here in the inside MFD, just push a button and auto tack. The boat just tacks around. And you don't have to go out, get wet, you're perfectly safe. And again, you did it alone. So this is what's all about Xquisite is, single-handed sailing. You see wireless phone chargers all around the boat. Every cabin has it. It's all here. All our outlets are also international outlets. So when you're traveling around the world, you don't need adapters and silly things. Okay, so next one is the Master Suite. So this boat is one hull, as big as a 60-foot boat is. One hull is entirely a Master Suite. And then the other hull has 2 guest cabins. So let's start with the Master, follow me. So one of the things that I in the beginning I mentioned, that we listen to our customers. Everybody wants king size walk around beds. That's the thing. That's what everybody wants. Nobody wants to climb on the beds. Now, how to do that? One way is to make the hulls so wide that you can afford it, but then there goes your sailing performance. So that was out of question for us. Other option is that you turn the bed and put it up on the bridge deck. Now what you end up, the bed is up here, which we see it a lot of performance boats. So that was the biggest headache for us with our design team. How do we solve that? And look at this, it's a king size walk around bed with a proper height, perfect view from the bed all around. And so how did we do it? We are up on the bridge deck. So what we did, we raised the floor. So what we have now, we are so high up that the bilges are extremely deep. And we use that for tankage, different tanks and storage space and all that. So it's not lost space, but as we raise the floor, now we have, first of that you have this bed not high up. That's one thing you gain. The hulls, as you go higher up, are wider, so you have more space, living space in it. It's still a performance hull or semi-performance hull, let's call it that way. But you still have the space that you feel that you like on a larger boat. And the other thing you gain with this, I don't know if you noticed, coming down from the Salon, the staircase, we only have 5 steps. And normally on a boat like this with such high bridge deck clearance that we have, it would be 8-9 steps easily. So it's so easy to float or go up and down because we raise the floor so high. And it also helps with the windows, because now you lay down in the bed here and you have perfect view height of the bed all around. Now, other thing that we always were after, how to make as much natural light and natural ventilation as possible. So we have the 48-volt DC air cons, yes, that's great, but a lot of people don't even have to run it, because just in this hull, the Master Suite has 6 overhead hatches, and every single hull window has an opening porthole, entire hull. So you can have a cross ventilation down here from every angle. Makes a huge difference. These are all real glass windows with a porting glass. So it's not that simple that we just buy a piece of acrylic and CNC and put a hatch on. We have to order these custom made in the UK with the port already in it, shipped to us, so it's expensive. Other cool features that I could point out is the dual blinds. Here, maybe on this one I can show you. So you can, first layer is a privacy blind, and then there's a second layer blackout. So you can depend that what you want to do, you know, for sleeping, you do that. If you're just in a marina, you would just do the privacy blind. Again, lots of storage under the beds are all drawers. There's lots of storage under here. A little dresser table here, also with the wireless phone charging, international plug points, USB-C, separate music just for this area with 4 speakers built in here. And now storage is a big thing for us, but comfort of liveaboard. So you have here a sliding door for privacy. You can close this off, this entire hole. The next sliding door here is our walk-in wardrobe. So on the X5 and the E Plus, we have a step-in wardrobe. This is a proper walk-in wardrobe. After the wardrobe, you walk into the bathroom here, the head. But it's more like a bathroom than a head, to be honest. So you see an electric toilet with the bidet function. Again, lots of storage here. So all these open up and lots of storage in here, And then a shower. Okay, so it's a big shower. And in front of it, which also overhead drain shower and a handhold. And then we do the laundry room here. This is a vented washer dryer combo. And we're still gonna have shelves there. This is hole number 1, and we're still adding and figuring out a few things. But it will be a little laundry room, as we do also on the X5 and the E Plus. So now let's go to the other hole that I show you. That's 2 cabins. It's very different layout. Starboard hole. So this is the VIP cabin, let's call it that way. It has the same king-size walk-around bed, the same windows and ventilation as the master suite. It has a little dresser table there, hanging closet and cabinet, all these cabinetry here and hanging lockers, and a nice big bathroom with a glass shower here and ensuite bathroom for this cabin. Okay, the forward cabin here, as you see, here is a little different layout. Here you have the bed, and then the shower is the same as the master shower, the same size, so it's very, very decent size. But what we did here is that the toilet, the head here, works both ways. So it is this cabin's toilet, but at the same time, if you have guests on board, you don't want anybody to go through your cabin. There's another door here, so that also works as a day head. And then the people don't have to go through anybody's cabin when you have guests on board. The rest of the stuff is more like, you know, the storages, the blinds, the ventilation is pretty much the same that I already explained. Okay? And one more thing that Xquisite is known for, and people would probably ask, is the tool cabinet, because the X5 is one of the features that people love. So we haven't finished it fully, but this will be the drawer for the hand tools, will be another layer here, and there's a third layer underneath. So that's where it's gonna be all the tools put away. Okay. And now, engine rooms. Let's go here, let me show you this one here. So as you can see, it's extremely spacious engine rooms. We have Yanmar 110 horsepower engines. As big of this boat is, but because it's a light semi-performance boat, the 110 is perfectly sufficient. But you will see that this hull number 1 is still not a hybrid boat, simply because the hybrid system that we're fitting on this boat, the integral e-drives, is such a new technology that we only get the first set delivered to us now. So hull number 2 will be the hybrid. So what we do, we separate the engine and the sail drive and put an electric 15 kilowatt electric motor between the two. So what it does for you is multiple things. First of all, when your diesel engine is running, these 15 kilowatt electric motors becomes your generator. And because you have it on both sides, it's a total of 30 kilowatt when both engines are running. So extremely fast you can recharge your lithium battery bank when the engines are running. When the engines are not running, these electric motors become your e-drive. So they drive your propeller in completely silent mode as long as you have battery power. The other thing that's very cool with what they can do is we call it the sail assist mode. which what happens when you want a motor sail, but obviously don't want to run your diesels and have the noise and vibration and fumes and fuel consumption, and then the maintenance hours that you put in the engines, engine hours. With the electric motor, when you have battery juice, you just run it, why not? And then now you can point higher to the wind, you can go even faster, especially when there's very low winds and you still want to sail. So this sail assist mode is very helpful. The other feature that from next year they launching this integral system is the regeneration under sail. So when you're sailing, the propeller is turning and these electric motors are charging your batteries again. So it's a really, really neat system, brand new. So we can't wait to have it on the boat. Hull number 2 and 3, we'll have it already. Okay, so thank you for your time. This was kind of the first look of the hull number 1 of this 5-year project now, the Xquisite 60 solar sail. We are now in production line with this boat, launching 4 boats each year. And we sold already the first 5 boats over plan, so we're very happy about that. And we're now selling 2026 production slots. And one thing on the sailing performance, when we were at Annapolis Boat Show, the world debut, we had the judges for Boat of the Year sailing the boat, and they were pushing each other out of the helm to sail the boat because we were doing 10 knots boat speed at 12 knots of wind. And the boat was loaded, 10 people plus on board and all that, and the next boat will be even lighter. So we aiming to get this boat up to wind speed. That's kind of the goal. Hopefully by hull number 3 or 4, we can do some changes to get the boat up to our wind speed. So as all the new technologies and what Xquisite is known for, that we constantly research and innovate, we are the firm believers this is the way to go in the future. So join Xquisite.